This is the Bullseye Podcast.
Oh, yes, this is the Bullseye Podcast, spreading its international wings. They love us in France. Parlez-vous français? Oui. They love Bullseye on the Bullseye Podcast, on the Bullseye Network, on the Bullseye frequency of their lives. We. They love us.
I mean,
in France.
you got to go skiing. You got to go to the Alps now.
I just took my beret out from eighth grade. I have a beret from 8th grade that I put on.
Oh, you got it on
I
tonight?
still have it on. Yes. I'm wearing a beret.
In tribute, and you got to get one of those, what do they call those? Those little sweaters, you know, with the, what do they wear in France? Then they some kind of sweater.
You're right. They wear that sweater that doesn't
scarf.
a scarf that doesn't button.
That scarf that loops around it. Yeah,
Yes.
right, with no buttons. Right,
Yeah,
you got to get one of those.
We started
with a
a
beret.
show and somebody's trying to call me already, and it's a prank call. So this is how we start a show.
Let it go.
But hey, look,
it's over when we
they
start.
love us in France.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Okay,
The numbers are piling
Picking
up like crazy. Holy cow.
All right. Let's keep it
call
rolling. There's nothing like it out there, right?
Catch the Bullseye Fever. Catch it. You like that slogan?
It's
I think I
starting
might
to
go
catch.
with
It's
that.
starting to catch. I like it.
It's like
starting
a
to catch.
fever.
You should get a T-shirt. Get a T-shirt.
Yes,
The bullseye.
with a
What is
bullseye,
it?
right. I'm going to put a bullseye on my back to give a lot of people encouragement. Put a shirt with a
Don't put it
bullseye
too
on
low
the back.
on your back, though, if you know what I mean. You don't want it too low. Hey, here's my dog.
Hey, as we move
Okay.
along and we're doing our special segments, again, we're going to do it again. This is the Bullseye Top 100. Hit it!
This is the Bullseye Top 100.
Yes, it's the Bullseye Top 100.
You know what? I feel like I'm in a dating game. Remember that show in the 70s with that music?
Oh,
I feel like I'm
we've
behind
always
one of
got
those
this.
doors.
We've
you know?
always got. We've
I like
always.
that. I feel like,
Oh,
like on a
absolutely.
game show. I love it. I love it.
And
I
then
love it.
when
Good
we
job.
feature it, should we get into the trivia first, or what should we do?
Whatever you want to do.
All right, let's
You're the
see.
man.
Let me think what we should do. Here we go. Ready? It's time for our trivia question. Hit it!
And now it's time for the Bullseye Trivia Question of the Day.
Okay, here we go. We got our trivia
go.
question for Ray. Then we're going to run into our top list. I want to know which Hall of Famer has the fewest career losses at the time of his 100th win.
Okay, so
Ooh.
it's a picture. Oh, I'm going to go back in time. It's got to be someone from before 1940, right?
No.
Oh, I think I might. I'm going to take a wild guess and go the guy from the Braves, Maddox.
That would be a good guess, but that's not the right answer.
Okay, 100 wins with the less losses. So the guy got off to a great start. Ooh, Seaver?
Which Hall of Famer had the fewest career losses at the time of his 100th win? He was part of.
Early win.
We spoke about
Early
him a
win.
little bit indirectly on our last show. Kind of hung out with Billy Martin, hung out with the Mick. They were kind of, a trio.
Whitey Ford?
There it is, Whitey Ford,
Really?
Edward Whitey Ford. Yes.
Wow, he did have a great percentage, even lifetime, right?
He was
So, yeah, makes sense.
136 at one time.
Was he? Really? Wow.
How about that for a record?
Well, he had the team, so he had the 8-time defending champion team for the 50s, so that helps.
And he
But
never
was a
threw the
great-
ball fast at all, right? He was like 85 miles an hour.
Yeah,
So.
he was a lot of junk. It must have been some great junk. And ERA was always low. He was short, right? He wasn't a big pitcher. But pitchers back then weren't big. Now they're like 6'5", right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, right. He was. I would say he kind of threw from the left side. He kind of threw slow pitches and kind of,
Yeah. He hit the corner of the plate. He probably had a good sinker. He had, the whole thing. Had the good defense, good offense. There you go. Right, best pitcher ever on the Yankees.
There you go. And what
Good
we're
one.
going to do is we're going to get into our. Let me try to
What's
fix
today?
my
What's
computer
today?
here. It's going a little nutsy on me. Today we're doing our, as we said, our 100 top first baseman, and you're a big.
Okay. You know me. I'm a big first baseman guy, so this is going to be fun.
All right, we're going to start at number 50 because I don't think we can get to 100. Even though it's the Bullseye Top 100, we're going to start at 50.
Well, we only got 30 minutes and 5 seconds.
All right, ready? Here's somebody that I used to love. His nickname was the Big Bopper.
The Big Bopper. How come I don't know that name?
Played for the Boston Red Sox.
John Mayberry.
George Scott.
George Scott, you're number 50.
Come on, this is your heyday.
He was a great fielder. He was a real good fielder, right? And he was kind of like nonchalant, right? Was he a nonchalant guy?
Right. He had a black first baseman's glove, I remember, and he had a black bat. He had a black bat.
He had a black bat. He had a lot of bling, and he had the power, right? He had some good power into that left field monster, right? So yeah, okay, I could see him.
Here's some of his numbers. He is a career 267 hitter. Home runs.
That's a little low.
Home runs 271.
Okay, I would have guessed more.
306 doubles. Over 1,000 RBIs. I mean, he was always there.
He was good. Yeah, he was a force. He was a force. Being a Yankees fan, he scared me a little bit. You know, he could jerk it out, and he was a presence at the plate.
And Rizzuto used to go, "Here comes George Scott, the Big Bopper, George Scott."
The Big Bopper, right?
The Big Bopper, George Scott. Right?
Okay.
All right,
Next.
so he came to number 50. Here comes number 49, Derek Lee.
All right, go to 48. I have no idea
we could care less about Derek Lee. Well, you have to tell the people here. He played between 97 and 2011. San Diego Padres, Florida Marlins, Chicago Cubs, Atlanta Braves. I remember him. He did nothing for me.
Oh, you do?
He did nothing for me. All right.
Might have been his name. I think it was his name.
Here's the guy. This guy's a legend. Played from 1947 to 1961. Ted Kluszewski.
Oh, okay. What was his nickname? Didn't he have a nickname? He had the big arm.
Did he have a nickname? I don't know. I don't know the nickname. We'll have to look that up. I don't assume we have an intern tonight.
No, he was a juiced up power hitter back then. I mean, he had those cutout sleeves, right? With
right. I'm looking at a picture right now with the cutout sleaves. No undershirt.
Yeah, he was like a lumberjack type build.
No undershirt. Right? Yeah, the Reds had blue hats in those days.
Did they have his stats? I mean, he must have had some great
Kluszewski, let me see, over 1,000 career RBIs, 279 home runs.
Oh, man, similar to Scott. Okay. What was his
batting average? Was 297, though. Batting average.
Wow, that's high.
Right?
That's high. Yeah. That's high for a power guy like that. Wow, okay.
All right, Ted Kluszewski comes in at number 48.
Deserving.
All right, here's a guy that I
like
always...
Marv Albert, by the way. That was a good Marv Albert.
Ted Kluszewski. And here's Marv Albert and Ted Kluszewski in the booth. Here's somebody I used to
do a lot of baseball, so this is fun.
Marv, one of my... how about this name? I liked him a lot. Underrated, Kent Herbeck.
Oh, yeah. Was he Twins? Who did he play
for the Twins.
Yeah. He had some big numbers,
too. He played for 13 years.
Okay.
He had almost 300 home runs.
Okay. Yeah.
1,000
lefty,
RBIs.
Right? Was he a lefty?
He was a lefty. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Like a long bat, like big. Right. He's pretty big.
I think he actually led the league in home runs a couple of years, or he was tied. He was up there.
Probably did. Yeah. He was. Yeah. I mean, we didn't know much about him because he was in the out in Minnesota.
81 through 94. So he played with Puckett, right? They won a World Series too, didn't they? No. Yes.
Yeah, they were pretty good back then, right? They had 1 or 2 years. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So here's one we loved. Actually, I think he was actually traded for George Scott, Cecil Cooper.
Oh, I think you're right.
He was
a Brewer. Yeah, he was in a Brewer.
He was a Brewer, then he became it was a Red Sox, then became a Brewer. He was a Brewer, then he became a Red Sox. One of those two.
He was very good with the Brewers, right? Then he go there and, you excelled.
He played with Robin Yount and,
what were his numbers? Do you have his numbers?
Cecil Cooper, 298 batting average. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
241 home runs in 16 years. That's not great. 16 years, 241. But nobody hit big home runs.
Oh, 240. I thought you said 341.
No, 241. That's not great.
Oh, I would have thought higher. I would have thought more on the power. I know his average was good. Okay, I would have thought more.
Over 2,000 hits. That's not too shabby.
No, he was a hitter. 297 average. Yeah, yeah. And if you look, I think there were a few years he was like 338. I think there were some like big years.
Who else was on that Brewer team? Darryl Porter was on that Brewer team, right? And Robin Yount and Paul Molitor, right? Molitor, right, was on the Brewers. Yes. What
was that? Say it again.
Well, Robin Yount was on that team, right, with the Brewers.
Oh, that was that year. Right, Robin Yount, Molitor.
Yeah, Molitor. Right. That was a good team. The Brew Crew.
They had some offense, right? They had some offense.
Yep.
Big
all right, coming in at number 45.
But they had the Yankees in their way.
They had the Yankees in their way. Yes. No, they did have the Yankees.
I had to put it in.
Absolutely.
I put it in there. All right, go ahead.
How about Mark Grace? And you have any feelings when I mentioned Mark Grace?
He was, another guy I don't hear much about, but the name stirs up big numbers, right?
He hit 303 career.
Yeah, 303, and I think all these guys had
runs. Not many home runs.
Oh, he batted 303.
173, batted 303. Yeah.
Okay.
Mark Grace coming in at number. Yeah. What number was that? 45.
The batting average put him up high. The batting average got him up there. Okay.
Here's one of our favorites of all time. I'll give you a hint. Ready? He rocks, kicks, and deals. Here comes the 1-1.
Wait a minute. It rocks, kicks, and deals.
Who was the announcer that would say, he rocks, kicks, and deals?
Oh,
Here comes the 1-1.
Bill White.
Bill White.
Makes the list. Wow. He was that high.
Yes.
Wow.
Bill White.
What was his number? He had a high average. I'm gonna say upper 280s, 290 batting average. I'm saying 200, high 200 home runs.
And he became president of the National League after he was an announcer with the Yankees.
I think he should be in a Hall of Fame.
Let's see. Hall of Fame numbers: 285 career batting average.
All right, so what I thought. How many homers?
1,700 hits, home runs 202.
Oh, all right. I would have thought a little more. He was a great field, though. He's a lefty. He had a great field. And I say Hall of Fame because of his post-career combined with his career.
Okay. Oh, really? With who? The Cardinals or the Phillies? Oh, you mean with the Yankees, of course.
Well, he announced for the Yankees, and he was NL president. He's a good guy, you know. I mean, I would love to see him in the Hall of Fame on the overall career, not just baseball.
I often dream about Frank Messer. Frank
Messer, he was underrated. He got a bad deal. Everyone talked about the scooter and White. Metz was he was good, man. He was solid.
Those were the days.
Right? You had to love Messer.
Bill White did the Bucky Dent call. Remember? Deep to right. That's gotta be.
Oh man!
That was the Bill White call.
I feel like I'm eating a TV dinner where you bring me back in time now. 1977. I'm in front of my couch watching the game.
Living in the past. There is no future.
Oh, man. Takes me right there.
I know, right? Come on.
Good. Thanks for telling me about him. I love him.
We need him. But here's Kevin Youkilis had a good career with the Red Sox.
Oh, yeah. He was one of the top.
He
was like
Kevin Youkilis. Say that again?
Jewish ball player. Top 7 Jewish
Is that a Jewish name, Youkilis? It is?
Yeah, I believe he was. Yep. And what were his numbers? He was
280 batting average, 150 home runs. He probably was.
Why was he? He was higher than guys that had higher homers and batting average.
Who put him up there?
I
don't know. Who? Bloomberg? I don't know. Who put this list together? Bloomberg? Okay. Speaking of Bloomberg, I'm waiting for the call to come in.
Yeah, well, I had him. I had him on myself today.
You did.
I had him on.
Promote.
Yeah, promote. Okay, go to New HD Radio. Check him out. Me and the Boomer talking about who should be in the Hall of Fame. Rose, steroids, talking about all types of stuff.
All right.
Cocktail,
great.
DH. Does he like DH? The whole thing. Anyway, let's get back.
Man of many platforms, but we got to get Bloomberg on here because I'll really grill him.
That would be fun.
I'll make him sweat.
Well, you know what? He loves talking, so you and him would be fun.
We'll get to Here's one. Here's a guy that it kind of is I guess iconic in Brooklyn Dodger baseball. Gil Hodges.
Oh man, I thought he'd be higher than that. I would think like top 20. I'm surprised he was 40 or wherever
41.
you are. 39.
Comes in at 41.
His numbers must have been big. I think his average wasn't as much as we thought, but they were good, right? I mean, he had a lot of homers.
He hit the 273. I don't know. 1,200 RBIs, home runs, 370. Not too shabby. That's pretty good.
Oh, that's high. That's high. Maybe he should be Hall of Fame. I know there's an argument about that because he had a great managing career. and great playing career. He should probably be in the Hall of Fame.
I've never heard Gil Hodges talk. I mean, when he was manager of the Mets, did he even talk?
No, man. I got to YouTube that now to see. I have no idea what he sounds like. Yeah, they didn't interview the managers back then, right? Or the players in the 50s.
Gil Hodges.
There were like no interviews.
What I remember about Gil Hodges is when 69 World Series, when he walks out, and remember when the baseball, the Duffy Dyer, the ball went off of his foot, and there was shoe polish on it. Was it Duffy Dyer?
Okay.
And they called it. They called him out or something like that, and then Gil Hodges came out, and there was shoe polish on the ball. Remember that? Was it Duffy Dyer?
I don't remember it. No,
yes.
that was your.
That's my remember 69.
Gil Hodges
yeah, he had his hands in his pocket. All right, how about this guy, Boog Powell?
Boog.
He's the
guy I would have thought would have been top 20. I'm surprised he was this low. There must have been some great first basemen. He was a lot of homers.
Coming at 40, the Boog, John Boog Powell, his name was 339 home runs. Pretty good.
Right.
265 batting average.
First base in that great Orioles team, late 60s, 70s. He was the best first baseman in the AL for like probably 5 or 7 years.
I remember he looked strong when he came up, like, ooh, look at Boog. This would be Boog and Frank. Who was scarier, Boog or Frank Howard?
I don't know. Frank Howard definitely had the better stats, but Boog might have been scarier, because he had that big, like, lumberjack, big legs, lumbered up to the plate. The lefty stance. Yeah, he was scary. Yeah,
I think he sells barbecued ribs at Camden Yards in the outfield.
Yeah, he blew me off once there. He blew me off there.
What?
Because he was there at the ballpark. Yeah, we used to always go there. And I went to see Yankees, and I went to Boog. I was talking to him, like, asked him some questions. And he was like, like, get away from me type of thing. I'm like, oh, man.
Screw you, Boog. You know what you could do with those ribs, I would have told her.
I think I had a Yankee hat on, and I was, I don't know what I was saying.
Boog couldn't take a joke.
I turned him off. I turned the Boog off. Yeah.
The hell with Boog. Next. How about Jack Fournier? I never heard of him. Fournier. Jack Fournier
he
played.
Must have been like the 1920s. I never heard of him.
1912 through 1918. Then he really kicked it into high gear between 1920 and 1927.
Oh, what do you get more homers than
he had 313 lifetime batting average.
That many for back then. Playing pre-1920, he had that much.
136 home runs, 113 triples, 252.
How did we miss him?
Right? That is going on. Hey, no one. I mean, you know what? Nobody would have known of him if they didn't listen to this show. So there you go.
Well, this is the thing with the show. You heard things you never hear before.
ESPN, what are you hearing? You're hearing Stephen A. Smith yelling and screaming. That's all you're hearing.
I know. Can I get a job on here? I mean, I could yell too.
Oh, sure.
1919. What do you mean? They didn't even hit any homers back.
Right. Up yours, Stephen. Right. Then you got.
Could yell too.
I can yell. Want to yell? I'll kick his ass.
You'd be great at that. You'd be great at that. Yeah.
Adrian Gonzalez, number 38.
Played
2004 to 2018.
Yeah.
Played for the Rangers, the Padres, the Red Sox, the Dodgers, and the Mets. See. People go to the Mets.
Faintly in my mind. Yeah. He was on all the bad teams, so you don't really hear about those.
But how does he make number 38? Who made this list?
I don't know.
The BaseballScholar.com. This is coming from. I didn't.
Oh, really?
This list,
I think his uncle was like one of the guys that picks. I think that was what happened. But yeah,
Gonzalez.
Something like that. Yeah.
All right.
Joe Gonzalez is on
Joe
the board.
Gonzalez. Andale. Okay, Gonzalez. All right. Pedro Guerrero.
Oh, yeah, Dodgers, right?
Dodgers and the Cardinals. Played from 78 to 1992. Yeah, he was pretty good.
Shout out his numbers. I mean, he must have had
300 batting averge, 215 home runs. Played in 14 seasons. These guys play longer than you think. I mean, who would have thought he played 14 years? They never got
injured back then. Now they get all injured because of the weightlifting, I guess. Back then, there was no injuries. Those guys played like the full season.
They go from like early 20s to the mid-30s. Just like,
they keep going.
Here's one of our favorites, Donnie Baseball.
Oh, no. You mean he wasn't top 10?
Number 36, they put him in.
Oh wow!
I got a bone to pick with these people.
The best first baseman in the whole '80s goes to number 36.
36. You got 307 batting average, 1,000 RBIs.
Yeah.
442 doubles. Wow, 442 doubles, 2,153 hits. Not Hall of Fame numbers. That's the problem.
Well,
Not
you
Hall
got
of
to
Fame
put
numbers.
the cumulative effect, which he got injured and he didn't have he had 4 Hall of Fame years in those early mid '90s. How many homers did he hit lifetime?
Bing, he had 222, 222.
Oh, yeah, see, that was the injury, He just didn't he didn't have the years.
He used to hit ropes. He was consistent. I remember those years.
He would hit ropes out to right
every
center.
time
I remember,
up, right? Every time up.
Yeah.
And
those bleachers, sweet swing.
Never got to the World Series.
Great
never
fielder.
Got there. Had his chance.
Never got it,
They lost to the Mariners that
did.
year. Remember they lost to the Mariners, and that was it.
He did. Yeah. One of my favorites. Yeah, he should be like number 16.
Donnie Baseball.
I'm sorry, that guy, whoever. Joe Gonzalez, bad job on that one. But go ahead.
All right, how about Freddie Freeman? We could care less about him, right? 2010 to 2000. Hey,
anyone named Freddie, I think he got a knock out of the top 100.
Is he Jewish too? Freddie Freeman? He's on the Bloomberg top 10 list.
I have no idea.
Freeman?
What year did he play? 1906 or?
He played 2000. Where were you? 2010 to 2019. Played for the Braves.
Really?
Still plays, I think. Or no, did he just retire? Anyway, somehow Freddie got to 35. I don't know who he paid off. He
all right.
293 batting average.
Ahead of Mattingly.
227 home runs, 5 more than
how's he had of Mattingly? I mean, his batting average is lower, his homers are lower. I think that's one of those
probably because he's younger. I don't know. Maybe who knows?
Maybe.
Hey, how about this guy? Part of the double play combination of Tinkers to Evers to Chance.
Now, Chance had to be the first baseman.
Frank Chance was the first baseman. 1898 to 1914.
That's what I'm saying. I always thought they were the 30s, but they were like really early. They were like pre 1900s. I mean, that's going back.
Well, here's a question: the Chicago Cubs. What were they named before they were the Chicago Cubs? What was their?
Oh man,
you'll never
Chicago
get
Fire.
this. You will never get this Chicago.
I'm not even going to try.
The Chicago Orphans.
Ah.
How about that?
All right, you're right. I would have never got that.
Who the heck named that?
They changed
Must have been an orphan.
Imagine keeping that name.
Yeah.
I guess they had a lot of orphans.
You got 9 orphans on the team. And then he played for the Yankees, it says here, so.
You mean the Highlanders? They weren't even the Yankees back then. That was too early.
Right. Boy, you are a history man. Hey, how about this guy here? Dolph Campanelli. Who the hell is Dolph Campanelli?
Now, that has to be 1912. I mean,
that's 1933 to 1943 and 45.
Okay.
The Dolpher, as we called him, 276 batting average, 239 home runs. Screw up Dolph Campanelli.
I guess they got to put guys back in that era up there.
Right,
they got to make it look good. Yeah.
This guy was pretty good. Carlos Delgado.
Yeah, right.
Played for the Blue Jays, Marlins, and the Mets.
Right.
I remember the Mets got him. He was supposed to be great. He had like 12 good games, and then all of a sudden he
collapsed. He had some good years for the Blue Jays. Yeah, he was all right. Nothing stands out in my mind.
279 batting average, 473 home runs. Wow.
That much?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
How did we miss this guy?
Carlos Delgado.
Now that you say it, he did hurt the Yankees a lot, right? That's Delgado. He had a lot of homers, right, against the Yankees.
Yeah, where was
you're jogging my memory with this.
Yes, that's why we do this.
Yeah, you're talking like late 2000s, right? 2009, 2010.
Not 2009 was his last year with the Mets. Boy, it seems.
Oh, it was before that.
It seems like he was with the team maybe 5 years ago.
Wow.
Boy, time flies. Yeah.
Could be a Hall of Fame.
All right, let's put him in the pool with Munson and Delgado. We want them both in the Hall of Fame. Munson and Delgado.
Yeah, well, Delgado has the numbers.
Now, this guy's not in the Hall of Fame, but probably should be. Tony Perez.
Oh, what number are we on now?
Number 31. Tony Perez.
Yeah, Big Red. Wow, I thought he'd be higher, too. I mean, he had some great years for the Reds.
He had some great years. His batting average, again, everyone hits 279. What's up with that? 279.
Seems to be the number.
379 home runs. Not bad.
Okay.
And he had that looping kind of swing, like with his
little crouch,
with the elbow would kind of like flop a little. He played for the Red Sox and the Phillies too. I didn't know that. I played with Rose, I guess. I think he went with Rose at the end.
Well, he was on the Red Machine.
He was on.
I know that.
Yeah, but I mean, he played with Rose on the Phillies too. I think at the end.
Oh, did he? You went over? Okay, I don't remember that. Yeah. I guess
One of our favorites became a designated hitter, Orlando Cepeda.
Wow. Yeah. No, he was great. He was really great.
McCovey on this list? Yeah, I didn't get up there yet. So let's see if he beats out McCovey.
He's top 20 at worst. He's maybe top 10.
All right, we got a book here. We're on number 30 already. I'm getting management looking through the glass, giving me the Italian sign, like, what's the matter for you?
We're getting to that 30-minute mark,
what's the matter for you? Got number 29, Fred McGriff.
Pick it up. What?
Fred McGriff.
Oh, right. He had a lot of
good.
homers,
No,
right?
it was good. That was the year they lost to the Yankees in the World Series, 96, right? That was when he was really good.
That's worthy.
He played a lot of years, 86 to 2004, played with the Blue Jays, the Padres, the Braves, the Devil Rays.
How many homers? He had a lot of homers, right?
493.
Yeah, I know he was close. That's the same as Gehrig. He's tied with Gehrig as far as the homers go. Wow.
Okay. 284 batting average. Fred McGriff, the crime dog, right? Was it Fred McGriff? Was the crime dog? Here's a guy I think I never thought was that good, but Mark Teixeira. I guess he had a couple of good years. He was good. I'm going to say a couple of good years. He was good with the Yankees, good with the Orioles.
He was good.
Yeah, he was good. 23 to 36.
Okay.
He never played for the Orioles. He played for the Rangers, the Braves, the Angels, and the Yankees. Why did I think he played for the Orioles?
How many homers and what was the batting average? How many homers?
409 home runs. 268. Okay. That's that first baseman average, like between 260 and 280. It's amazing.
That's what they're stuck on, right?
That's what they're stuck on. So Mark Teixeira makes number 28. Here's one of my favorites, Mr. Pine Tar, Norm Cash.
Mr.
Comes
Norm
in
Cash,
number
Norm.
27.
Yeah. He was not big either. I mean, he was like 5'9", 5'10", and he was a great Tiger, right, without K-Line.
Yeah.
They had a great team in those
World
early
Series
70s.
in 68. Cash had 377 home runs.
He had that one great year in 61, right, when he batted like 361. Remember that? Yeah, it was like weird, like high batting average. And then the next year it was like 264. It's like, what? Anyway, that's how I remember him.
He was a lefty. I remember the pine tar on his bat, the chewing tobacco. He had no helmet either, I don't think, right? He had no helmet at the beginning, and then he had the Horace Clarke helmet action. He had that going. He hits 271 too. See, everyone's right around that number here. Bill Terry, New York Giants.
Now you're going back 30s,
all right,
20s, 30s, right? Yeah.
Bill Terry, he was famous. He batting average 341. What?
Oh, yeah. Well, back then, that's what they batted, with those great guys. So I'm surprised he's that high with that average. That should have been about, number 8.
Bill Terry makes number 26. Who knew? George Sisler, one of your favorites, right? You often opine about George Sisler, no? No.
Well, he's another high average guy, right? Now we're in the high
340,
average.
340.
Yeah, high average with low homers, right? I mean, that's what we're talking now.
But the long sleeve jerseys and the bats with
legend.
Big heavy bats and no batting gloves. That's another thing. No batting gloves ever.
No batting gloves, no batting helmet, no shin guard thing, no wristbands,
right? Nothing.
They just walked up to the plate.
Right.
Yep.
They were one big bruise. This guy. There always used to be a competition between him and Mattingly. Will Clark, statistical competition. Remember, because he played for the Giants and
he was good.
Mattingly played for the Yankees.
He
was good. Will Clark, Rangers, Orioles, and the Cardinals. He hit 303, 300 hitter.
Yeah. He had a nice game. He had some good teams.
Will team.
Winners.
Paul Goldschmidt played for Arizona Diamondbacks. I remember him. Yeah. Most people know him that are awake after the 1980s.
I missed him.
Right. That doesn't include you. Right. He played from 2011 to 2018 for the Diamondbacks, 297, and he made it. Big deal. Okay. John Olerud. John
really? He's up there too.
Huh?
I think because of the home runs, right? Didn't he have a lot of homers?
He had 255 career home runs.
Oh, I would have thought more. And he's that high on the list.
2,000 hits. Yeah,
but what's the batting average?
I think he was a good fielder.
Is that why? I mean,
I think so. He had
batting average.
1,200 RBIs, batting average at 294. Okay. Somehow he got to this list. I don't know.
I think his
baseball
other
scholar.
relatives
Who knows? I don't know if he's so much of a scholar.
I think they're on the committee to choose his other
baseball
relatives.
scholar.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Eddie Murray. Eddie Murray. Now he deserves it. He was good.
Yeah, we're talking 500 homers, Hall of Fame, high batting average, the whole works.
Yeah, 287 batting average, 500 home runs, Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah.
Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Lance Bergman, the guy who goes to the Yankees, and I never understood. He came to the Yankees and they got rid of him. They never gave the guy a chance. Remember that? He came to the Yankees?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Astros, Yankees, Cardinals, and he got hurt or something. He had a few good games, and he
That's
just went
surprising.
away.
Very surprising that he's that high.
Yeah, well,
what number are we on?
293. We're up to 20. We're going to move quick. We're hit the third. We got number 19. I thought he'd be higher. Keith Hernandez.
Oh,
Keith Hernandez.
Well, great average, great solid base. He's a baseball
probably
guy,
the best
right?
fielding first baseman of all time, they say. Probably the best fielding.
Yeah, that
296 batting average.
Right.
1,000 RBIs.
Yeah, he was a baseball. He was Mr. Baseball.
Yeah,
he was solid.
Oh, here's your boy, Harmon Killebrew. I
wish he was top 10. He's down
He's
to
number 18.
19, huh?
He's number 18. Harmon Killebrew.
560 plus homers. His average was low.
573, batting average of 256. But I used to love the way he held the bat. He squeezed the dust out of the bat.
Yeah, that little crouch with the bat back there, and he looked pretty cool.
We loved
there,
Harmon
right?
Killebrew and Tony Oliva. I thought Tony Oliva was the first baseman. Why do they have Killebrew?
No,
he was left field. Oliva, right?
He started third. Later career he went to first. Oliva. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
Oh yeah. How about this guy? This guy's Mr. Steroids though. Rafael Palmeiro. Does he count? We throw him out. He's out of here.
They should have him 49 or 50. Yeah, get him out of here.
I mean, come on, 569 home runs juiced out of his you know what.
Yeah, he was juiced up the whole time.
Screw him. The hell with him. You're gone. How about Jason Giambi makes the list? Who would have thought? Jason Giambi.
Yeah. Well, he might have been juiced up too, but I think he kind of they couldn't catch him right.
19 years. He played 19 years.
Did he? Wow. Now he was good.
440 home runs, 276 batting average. And
he came right at the end of the Yankee era. I don't think he ever won one. I think he was in between, right? After they won, then
I think he was with Musina, right? They never really won. Did they ever win with Musina?
They never really won. They were close. And then did he win the one in 2009? Was he on that team? I don't remember.
I don't know. Intern, not there. All right, next time. Tell them to write it in, mail it in, look it up tonight, please.
Come on, 30 minutes.
All right. We got the management understands. Ratings are up. They're up. Give me a break.
Oh, okay, we can afford a few more minutes.
They got Pete Rose at number 15. Pete Rose at 15.
He played all types of positions.
I've got leverage.
Base,
right.
He played second base, third base, left field, and
he
first
played
base.
everywhere. Three teams, Montreal Expos, last team, 302 batting.
That's a little cheesy.
All right. Well, how about here's what's about cheesy? How about Todd Helton? Yeah. Why the hell they have 316 batting average? Maybe we're the fools. 1997 to 2013, Colorado Rockies.
Wow. Okay.
There you go.
That's with the Colorado Air, right? They had a lot of great hitters out of there because of the ball carry, So maybe you got a little help.
Right. Thin air.
Yeah,
here's somebody else, a Jewish icon, Hank Greenberg.
Oh, wow. I thought he would be top 10. I mean, he was top Jewish player of all time. He was great. What were his numbers? I mean, he had to be high homers. I know that.
Batting average 313, 1,276 RBIs.
Okay.
379 doubles.
How many homers?
Home runs was 331.
Okay. I don't think he played a lot of years then because he had some great 50 home run years.
Played 1930 to 33, then 41, then 33 through 41, and then he played 45. I guess he went to the war, right? Then he played 45 to
that messed him
47.
Up.
Yeah, that screwed him up.
They're never the same when they come back.
Give him a break. Greenberg gets a break. Here's Willie McCovey. Big stretch. Willie McCovey.
Willie, 521 homers. I remember the number. Stretch was great.
You got it, dude. 521. 521 home runs.
I know my 500 homer
269, right in that sweet spot for first baseman, 269.
He made the last out in the '62 World Series, which he's kind of known for. The line drive to Richardson.
Right.
Remember that?
Right. Exactly. Low line drive. That was it. It was like so uneventful. He caught the ball and they just started walking off the field. They didn't even celebrate. It seemed like that World Series.
If he would have got the hit, they would have won the World Series.
I know. It was like
line drive. It's over.
They were so subdued in those days. They didn't go nuts.
They just ran off. Right.
They just ran off. Let's have a beer. Jim Tomei, number 11.
All right. Yeah, you're talking massive homers.
612
I still can't
homers.
believe.
Yeah, right.
Still can't believe that many homers. I just cannot believe it. But low average. But hey, accumulation.
276. Right. He was there. It was kind of like Fran Tarkenton. He just was always there.
He was always around. Yeah, he was.
Right.
Yeah,
He kept playing. He was always on the field.
Yeah.
Mark McGwire.
Right.
Okay, so what are we going to say about him? We're going to give him a break. We're giving him a break with the steroids, or what? What are we doing?
Well, a little bit, but he didn't even have to do them, but he did them, and he hit the what did he hit? 70 homers. He hit 70 on a button, and
583 career home runs from 1986 to 2001. Batting average 262. Home
he
runs.
Broke Maris's record, and Maris was there, and then it was under the suspicion of steroids, so that kind of killed it.
He did have a beautiful home run swing, though. I mean, it was one of the first guys who took his hand off the bat. Like one of the first guys I remember. Now it became fashionable with A-Rod and all those guys.
Yeah.
He was one of the first guys to let go of the bat.
It was the art.
Right.
It was artistic the way he hit the home. And line drive. Too, right, they would leave the park in like 2 seconds.
So what? He took steroids. So what? Joey Votto.
Oh, huh? Who?
Joey Votto, Cincinnati Reds. He's famous. He's big. He's number 6.
Oh, what year?
I guess he retired. 2019, retired. 307 batting. Seems like he played for 2 years. 307 batting average. Home runs 284. That made him number 9. Come on. Oh boy, no way. Miguel Cabrera, who's really a DH, right? But they have him as first base.
Well, work your way down. I know who better be number 1.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see who's going to be number 1.
I know who better be 1. I know who better be 1.
All right, Miguel Cabrera is
okay.
Number 8.
You can't argue. He has a big number.
315 batting average, pretty good.
Yeah.
470. I don't know what time when they printed this, but it's got 577 home runs. Did he hit 600 yet?
Wait a minute. You sure about that?
No, that was doubles. 477 home runs.
That's better.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Real good. Yeah.
No, that's real good. Okay. And he's still going strong, right? I mean, he's still playing.
Yeah. It's going to go up those numbers. Yeah. He might go to 5. He might go to 5.
One of my favorites. I remember him smoking a cigarette in the dugout on the cover of Sports Illustrated. You know who this is.
Wait a minute, Dick Allen?
That's right, number 7, Dick Allen.
He was that high? What?
Yes, played from 1963 to 1977. Played for the Phillies, the Cardinals, the Dodgers, which I don't remember, the White Sox, which I do remember, and the Oakland Athletics, which I don't remember. I remember him with the White Sox.
He was kind of an iconic type guy, but the stats cannot be that high. I mean, I'm
351 home runs.
All right, that's all right.
291 batting average.
All right, but that's still not 335. Okay.
But he looked so cool up at the plate. He looked very cool up at the plate.
He looked cool. He had the Richie Allen, and all that. But
Richie became Dick Allen. Was Richie Allen became Dick Allen?
Dick.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's too high. That's too high. That's way too high.
Hey, somebody likes him.
Yeah, I guess so.
I liked him. Johnny Mize played for the Cardinals, the Giants, and the Yankees.
They had to get an old guy in. They had to get an old timer in. Yeah, he was, I don't remember him playing.
312 batting average, so everyone's average was higher in those days.
Right.
359.
All right. Yeah.
He makes it.
So they had to get an old timer.
They got this guy. I tell you, this guy did pretty well. Frank Thomas. He's a DH, first baseman.
You can't argue with the numbers. You can't argue with the numbers. The numbers are the numbers.
300 batting, 521.
Yeah, you can't argue with it. Another 521. Okay.
All right,
what number are we on?
Number 4, Jeff Bagwell was very good. I do remember him. He was very good.
Yeah, I remember him.
Very good. He hit 296, and he had 449 home runs. But who cares about him? Jimmy Fox. Jimmy Fox.
I was wondering where he was going to be. He was
Jimmy
3?
Fox is number 3.
All right, now we're talking like massive numbers. Now the last 3 here. Give us the stats. Give me the drum roll.
325 batting average, 1922 RBIs, 534 home runs. Yeah.
There you go. Bang.
There you go,
yeah,
Jimmy Fox.
Yeah. I was a little afraid they were going to push him to 1, so I'm kind of glad he's 3. I'm kind of glad. Okay.
Where were his best years? With the Philadelphia Athletics or the
He was like the 30s, the early 30s. He was like monster.
He went to war, too.
RBIs
He missed 2 years because of the war, too. So, right?
Wow,
but
okay.
He could have 600 home runs easy, Jimmy Fox.
Yeah, he was the guy. He was the National League Lou Gehrig. That's who he was.
And here's a guy who just keeps getting milestones, Albert Pujols. Number 2.
Yeah.
Can't knock him, boy. He's
live
tough.
act. He's still playing.
He's still going good. 300
career. 600, right?
Over 600 home runs. I don't know when this thing was printed. This was printed, if you will.
What do they show? How many homers?
656.
Wait a minute. That must be doubles because he only has 600 homers.
656 home runs, 661 doubles.
He has that many homers?
Yes, he does. He's got 656.
Oh, that's right. He passed Mays, right? He passed Mays.
He is.
Whoa.
Robert.
Don't tell me he's going to get 700. Wow.
I got nothing against him.
Oh, he played a lot of years.
He didn't do anything to me. He never did anything to me.
He's one of the good guys, though. I think he's one of the good guys.
Okay, and ready, and here comes number 1. Get the hint.
Number 4.
Today. I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. The Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig.
Good job. There you go. Okay, I'm glad.
That's your boy. That's your boy. I was my guy.
He was fun.
Yeah, he was somebody to look up to. He was transcended sports, right?
I couldn't put it any better, right?
He transcended sports. Yep. He was the man.
Yep.
Silent.
That's it.
Silent, strong, 493 home runs. If anybody doesn't know about Lou Gehrig, read about him.
340. 340. The speech. He was, he was number 2 to Babe. You know, he took the side guy to Babe, and he was a second fiddle to Joe DiMaggio. He was never the number 1 guy. Babe retired in 35. He had the 1 year, and then 36, Joe comes in as like the Yankee Doodle Dandy guy, and so Lou was backseated again. And so here's you talking the greatest ball player ever, or top 2, and he was number 2 on his team throughout his whole career. So.
We love Lou Gehrig. I have a picture of him here smoking a pipe in the locker room.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that picture, yeah.
Yes, a tough dude.
Hey,
so that completes our list. Not bad, huh?
Nice. You scooted through that. Nice. That was good. I love this when you don't tell me what the show
is
until we start.
It's better unplanned. We keep people guessing. That's why the numbers keep booming. France, New Hampshire, Sicklerville, New Jersey, Denmark, Canada.
Try to get Scandinavian. Trying to get a Scandinavian
Oklahoma. Yeah, we're getting
Finland.
there.
I want Finland.
Well, we're going to get there.
I want Finland and Sweden.
We got more coming. Remember, the best is yet to come.